Oh, Fancy Lady, Hollywood Child. That one's for you, Danny dear boy, down there in Old Londinium, not far from Wembley. You can see the arches as you drive down to his place over there on the left-hand side. As you go up the North Circular, I think it is, all the way around there. Takes longer. Do you know, it actually takes longer. If I go down to visit people in London, I can get down to London down the M40 in about 50 minutes. It takes an hour just to get round about 10 miles of North Circular. Oh, dear me. I tell you what, they need to really sort that out, I reckon. Anyway, where are we now? Right, we're looking forward to doing an interview now. We're going to get Liam McCarthy on now from the Wild Strays. Have a chat with him. And I'm also going to get his song up on the old laptop, so I'm looking at that as we go through this at the moment, because I've had to just do a couple of extra little bits and pieces, and I'm looking at that now. The CD player hasn't fallen back down the back again, so that's really cool. So right, here we go. Let's see if we can get Liam on the phone. Hello, Liam McCarthy from the Wild Strays. Are you there? Hello, Liam. We'll try again. Hold on in there. We'll try again. Here we go. Hello, Liam. Are you there?
Hello?
Hello, we got you. Welcome to Solihull Radio. You're live on the air.
How's it going?
You are indeed, mate, yeah. Oh, it's, as you can tell, it's live radio, and it's completely chaos. It's, if you put it on television as a series, you know, you could just run it every week. Complete chaos. Anyway, how you doing?
Not too bad, yeah. Just, staying safe, staying at home. How's it going with you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm, got the show on Friday nights, which tonight's very, very entertaining. Just here in the studio for myself with everything falling apart around my ears. But keep myself busy in the daytime. I'm scoring out. I'm keeping up my music theory and playing some bass and working. I decided to work through the Stranglers albums. So I started Rattus and I'm just doing Tank off Black and White at the moment, so giving myself some bass lines to practice. So what about you? You are the drummer with the Wild Strays?
Yeah.
How long have you been playing with the band?
Been playing with them since July. Had the first gig back in about September last year.
So where was that? Where was your first gig with them?
That was headlining at the Flapper in a big combat gig.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. So, of course, your bandmates are Katie Eden and Grace Hale.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you find the band? How did they find you?
Well, I joined a band with Katie just previously around this time last year called Snakebites. And that was like my first ever band. And what we were doing, we were holding auditions for a guitarist. And at the end, it was arranged for Grace to come round and just sort of like jam.
Yep.
And it just like really worked, and it was really good. So the idea of getting the Wild Strays back together with me involved was sort of floated around.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, because they did go through a phase where they weren't playing, were they? They sort of put things on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I mean, we've got a history. My band that I play in Tin Fish. We've got a history with the Wild Strays. We've played with them on quite a few occasions.
Yeah. And
I have to say, we really do enjoy sharing the stage with them. And we have yet to do it with you, I do believe.
I know, yeah. I've got to be sorted.
Yeah. So there is a rumour. There's a rumour that when things get back, that we're all going to play together at Soca Studios. There's going to be a gig.
Yeah, there's like a big sort of comeback sort of gig. It's supposed to be live streamed and everything, and hopefully once everything's sorted, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be great. So there we are. I believe the Birmingham Collective are one of the other bands who are, on the radar for that one, so to speak. So that would be the Birmingham Collective, the Wild Strays, and Tin Fish all on the same bill.
Awesome.
And being streamed live to the world.
Yeah.
Which is no stress, because you do know that this station goes out to 90 countries around the world, don't you?
90 countries, yeah.
Yeah, so you're actually being heard in Hong Kong, Australia and America at the moment as well.
Nice.
So, no swearing. Right, let's get back to the Wild Strays then and have a quick chat, because you guys have been you've been put up for an award, haven't you?
Certainly have, yeah. In the Black Country Music Awards.
Could you tell us a bit about that?
We were nominated for Best Grunge / Metal / Punk Band. It was quite a sort of like pleasant surprise. It just sort of came up on Facebook, us getting tagged in, kind of. And it was very welcome. Like, to get any sort of level of recognition or validation is incredibly just amazing.
Yeah, it's a great achievement. And so what's the due process for this? What will happen next?
There was a big sort of awards due that was arranged, which was supposed to, I think, be today, unfortunately. And that's obviously been pushed back.
Right.
So, again, once everything's all good and up and running, we'll get a big awards due going.
Okay. So is the band actually collecting an award?
We're nominated.
So you're nominated, you're in a nomination, you go on the night, and is it all the are you playing? Will the band be playing there on the night?
Nothing's been said now. We wouldn't be playing on the night, just there for the show.
Oh, right, fantastic. Well, fingers crossed for that one. What else is in the pipeline for the Strays? Recording-wise, what have you got planned?
Well, this sort of time of year was put aside for recording. We wanted to get either an EP or like a full-on big boy album sorted out, like our first album. We've got a few songs that are sort of, the structure's there. There's a few songs that are pretty much in the pocket and a few ideas floating around as well. So as soon as once everything's all up and running, the idea is to get in the studio as soon as possible and get either an EP or an album sorted.
So will you be revising any old material, or is the album going to be all brand new material?
It'd be a lot of brand new material, as well as like a few sort of older ones and demos that have been since reimagined and redone and played live at our gigs and stuff. But mainly new stuff, yeah.
That's fantastic. But unfortunately, at the moment, the band, you guys can't even get together, can you?
No, unfortunately not.
So, as you're a drummer, do you have a drum kit set up somewhere? Are you keeping your hand in, or do you have a practice kit? What are you doing?
I've got an electronic drum kit set up in my room, and some very forgiving neighbours, thankfully. Like, I can just have a blast on that every day.
So all I can hear is the bum, 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 the bass drum.
Just pretty much that, and like the stick hitting a bit of rubber. That's about it.
Yeah, they're really good, them electronic kits. My son's got one. He plays a bit on them as well. And whenever I go around, he's got it set up. I can't resist to jump on and have a little go, But you can imagine my drumming, as I'm a bass player. It's boom, tish, boom, tish, boom, tish. And I've just about managed to get round on a little drum roll and a boo, 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 boo. I like the old disco kits. So then, what's your plans for the rest of the evening?
Nothing in particular. Probably just have a bit of dinner, play a bit of the drums, watch a bit of telly, and that's about it. Same as every other day.
Same as it, yeah, they do drift in. Is that what you're doing yourself in the daytime? Just doing a bit of practice, or do you do anything academic you're working on or anything?
Not necessarily. The thing I've been trying to get into is sort of like recording music. Like Grace, our guitarist, has sort of showed me the ropes a little bit in terms of the basics of recording. And I'm trying to learn about that.
Oh, wicked.
So we'll get into that all sort of stuff as well.
That's always a very good thing. There's on Facebook, if you look for a guy called Simon Dugal, I hope I've pronounced his name correctly, Simon Dugal. He is a producer, record producer. He worked with Apache Indian. He's done Shania Twain, but he's got a book out and an online course for production and learning to do it all. So if you just put Simon Dugal in and have a look for him on Facebook and see what you find. He's a lovely bloke. I've met him. I know him. We shared the stage together at Birmingham Symphony Hall a couple of years ago. So he's a drummer. He's a drummer by trade as well as a record producer. He's done loads of stuff. I say Apache Indian and Shania Twain, but I noticed he's got this program online, so it could be some use to you.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, and if you do speak to him, drop him a text. Just tell him I say hello.
Yeah, I'll do.
Fantastic. So let's have a look. You've picked a song tonight because when we sort of texting earlier, I said, can you send me something over? And you have picked an absolutely fantastic, cracking track. Now, why have you picked this one?
It's quite a special song to me because when I first started playing the drums, my dad would constantly go on about Cozy Powell.
Yeah.
And this one song in particular is like, if you could learn this, I'd be so happy. I'd be so proud and so impressed. So that was like the first song I ever sat down and tried to learn.
Right. Have you mastered it?
I think I do all right.
Yeah, that's the way, isn't it? It's like anything. I mean, when you get anybody with, any drummer, they've all got their own flair and guitarists. And if you're reading what they write out, if you're reading drum music, you don't get all the real pushes and the tiny little bits and the flair that they have, do you? So it's like, it's their thing. But I always think you should always put yourself into a little bit of a cover anyway. If you're playing somebody else's,
exactly.
always play it your way. Put a little bit of you in there. Otherwise, if you don't put a bit of yourself into it, what's the point of playing it?
Yeah, exactly.
Just play the record, So that bit of flair, that's your own. That's the bit you own yourself. So we got Cozy Powell. Did you know it got to number 3 in 1973?
I didn't. Wow.
There you go. So we're almost ready to line it up and give it a go. Would you like to any dedications, any big hellos you'd like to say to anybody before we get your track on?
Just anyone listening who's familiar with the Wild Strays, and if you're not familiar, get familiar. Check us out on Facebook and all that good stuff.
Excellent. So what would they look for on Facebook? What would they put in?
Just look for the Wild Strays.
The Wild Strays. Right, so you've heard it from Liam, drummer of the Wild Strays. Get onto Facebook and check the band out, and I can promise you, you will not be disappointed. They are a very, very good band. So, Liam, thank you very, very much for coming on the show.
All right, thanks for having me.
Would you like to introduce your own song, and I'll do the buttons, you introduce it, and we'll catch up, and when this is all over, hopefully catch up to each other at some gig at some point in the future.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Liam, take it away. It's all yours. Introduce it for me.
This song, a very special one to me, is Dance with the Devil by Cozy Powell.
Cheers, buddy. Take care of yourself.
You too. Cheers.
Percussion.